All right. A little context about this video because the last two long forms that I've done have seemed to been a bit edgy. So let's do this the right way. Start it off in a good place because it's going to go off the rockers, I'm pretty sure, here pretty soon. But I want to start off with giving a bit of some information on who I am and what I've, I guess, lived through so far. So one of the cool things about my generation is I'm right on the edge, right on the precipice of where the old and the new happened. So unlike boomers, which I guess I am, but not really. Because when you talk about boomers, you're talking about baby boomers, which is actually like 60, 70 and above, I guess. I'm getting there. But the generation, the X generation, was actually a pretty cool generation to be part of because we saw the old forms of technology disappear and these new forms of technology come to be, i.e. virtual reality, Wi-Fi, cellular phones, all of it, all this new tech, if you will. And so we've always been part of either creating it or being part of it or using it. And so we're not as lost. Now, when I was 20 something years old, 23, I think, is when 2001 happened, right? It's 20 something years old, maybe a little older. I don't remember. I really don't remember. But I do remember Alex Jones and other people talking about a police state, the New World Order, and this whole thing that I never, ever, 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 ever believed in. I never believed in it. I was like, okay, maybe. Oh, these guys are crazy. Like, because you never think that these conspiracy theory guys, you can put me in the bottle if you want, but you never think that these guys are going to be real or that they're going to be right. And granted, Alex Jones has been wrong about a lot of things. Candace Owens has been wrong about a lot of things. A lot of people have been wrong about a lot of things. That's not the point here. The point here, friends, is that we are coming into the police state 1,000 bajillion %. And there's also this social policing thing that's starting to happen on the internet where like people will post videos about other people doing wrong things and saying, oh, look, we're all going to come down on you. The internet will come down on you. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing on some level, but on another level, it's a little, whoa. Starts turning into like the Chinese credit score system. Can't go on a bus, can't take a plane, can't leave the country just because you jaywalked too many times. I mean, listen, the flock safety camera thing is real. There's a new one. I just heard about this one. It's a company that works with security cam companies and they connect. And then the police can see everything without a warrant. Folks, it's getting kind of scary. I just watched a video of a veteran, 70-something-year-old man. And he's walking down the street, no issues. And a police officer says, excuse me, sir, what do you have in your back pocket? He's like, oh, you have a weapon? He's like, no. She's like, wait, what do you got? He pulls it out. It's a walking stick. A walking stick. Police officers, give me your ID. And he goes, did I do something wrong? Did I break the law? I done something? And in turn, they arrest him, throw him in jail. I don't know what's going on, but I can tell you that that is not the right way to interact with people. Like, just in general, dude, that's just not the right way to do it if you're a public servant. And like there's these people out there that are called First Amendment auditors, and they go around with cameras, they just follow people, or they go to like particular businesses where people more than likely don't want to be seen going in and out of that business, i.e. buying pot, or I don't know, at a adult store. And so he'll stand in front, and then people will be like, why are you filming me? And they get all angry and stuff. And he gets tons of content out of it and gets money, right? But he's proving a point here that we all have cameras and we're all filming each other constantly. It's just that when someone does it deliberately, then wait a second. And what is deliberate? Is it not ever deliberate every time you pull out your camera to film somewhere in public? Isn't it the First Amendment right to just be able to film in public? Isn't it also the First Amendment right to know that you don't have any reasonable form of what's the word? Anonymity while you're in public? So I mean, like, that thought process alone, turn it on itself and put it on you. All right, put it on the government. Then you don't want to step outside of your house because now they know which way you go every day. And all of a sudden, one day you go the wrong direction. The cop pulls you over and goes, hey, why are you coming this way? What? Hey, we have you recorded every day going this direction. Why are you going this direction? That doesn't fit. What? Do you have me for suspicion of a crime? Yeah, actually, we're now you're in an investigation based on your travel history. And based on that, we have now an articulable suspicion that you may be going somewhere that you shouldn't be going. Yeah, that's going to be America pretty soon, kids. You think I'm kidding? This has already happened. There's police officers who have already used the flock system to chase after girlfriends. And not just once. This is happening rampantly. Those are the ones that are caught. You might be like, dude, you're crazy. What are you doing? What are you talking all this crazy for, bro? I am telling you, you have 2 to 3 months before the foot drops. I've been saying this for 6 to 9 months now, and I've been calling it at this time, around this time. I'm not a psychic. I don't have the ability to see the future. No, I can see what is happening with just the pieces of media that are coming in. Look at what's happening. Look at how ICE has gone absolutely insane. I mean, they were already going crazy, but now they don't care. They're like, blah, 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 blah. They shoot anybody. They've even repeatedly shot people that they weren't even going after. Hello, folks. It reminds me of this poem that was written during the time of the Holocaust. It's just it's called "They Came." I believe is the name of the poem. They came for the Christians and no one said anything. They came for the this and then no one said anything. They came for the gays. Nobody said anything. They came for the Jews. There was no one left. Folks, the ability of what has become comparative to what was in the past. What was in the past, folks. is astronomically different. And did you see the video of a guy who was running away from a drone in Ukraine, and the drone blew up and attacked him? How much longer before you have people in the United States getting hit with drones? Think I'm kidding? You think I'm joking? You think I'm talking some crazy? I'm not, folks. This is the real stuff. It's time to wake up. Stop freaking thinking that things are going to go back to normal. They're not going back to normal. They're going into the future. We're talking crazy future shit. We're talking about Neuralink. We're talking about robots. We're talking about AI takeovers. You think it's just once in a while they're going to do this? Look. I can prove it. You signed on to Amazon or any one of these, Sony or whatever, and then all of a sudden, your information gets leaked, and all you get is a letter saying, "Oops, sorry." And then if you get hit with I don't know, your bank account or your credit card or something gets hit, you like, hey, I was part of this thing. It's not my fault. No, it's your fault because you didn't protect yourself. What? Mind blown. Mind blown. And yet, everybody keeps going, doing like, oh, I'm just going to keep doing my job. Go work every day. And, I say, oh, don't be one of these people that's paying taxes. I care less if you paid your taxes or not, okay? Because in the end, like 80% of all taxes are taken care of by the wealthy already. Believe it or not. Like, don't get it twisted. Those who are like super rich are taxed pretty heavily. So don't get it twisted, okay? It's like, so I don't care if you pay your taxes, don't pay your taxes. Taxes. It's like generational hate, anger. That's what taxes are. You're doing things for yourself only to make the next generation or the second or third generation have to pay for it, because there's no way that you can, in your lifetime, the whole entire world pay off 200 billion, 2 trillion, or whatever crazy number it is. You'll never pay it off. Okay, so if that's the case, and that there's surveillance all over the place now with the flock at 20 billion, by the way, 20 billion photos per month. Don't quote me. Go look it up. 20 billion photos per month. That's insanity, dude. There's 8,000 or 10,000 flock cameras, just flock cameras. We're not talking about the other infrastructures that are being put in place right now, guys. That's 20 billion photos per month. I mean, they know exactly what neighborhood you went into when you came out. Flock is bought by HOAs, by police, government, by your city, your state. And there's a bunch of people now who are on the flock hate camera thing, and they're taking them down and ripping them apart. $8,000 a piece is what the city has to pay for per year, and they only last for like 4 or 5 years, and then they have to replace them. Bro, it's a scam. It's a beautiful scam that is collecting all your data. Ring doorbells have now come into play. If you have a Ring doorbell on your house, you are now part of the system. You are now part of the fencing of your own neighbors. And you might be able to, but that's good. That way all the drug dealers and all the people get out. Okay, cool. Look. I'm all about safety. I'm all about love and happiness and peace and poopy poops. But when you start to do safety for surveillance, and surveillance is above the thing that you call safety and freedom, that freedom starts to diminish very quickly, folks. That's not a joke. That's not me making it up. That's history repeating itself over and over and over again. But this time, This time there's technology behind it. This time there's AI behind it. This time they have manipulation of what you see in your feed. You know why I don't have numbers? You know why? Because nobody shares it. A, first of all. Two, nobody wants anyone to hear what I'm saying. Nobody, the conglomerate corporations do not want you to hear this. They don't want you to wake up. They want you to consume, just keep buying stuff and keep working and keep buying stuff and keep working. That's all they want you to do. And then every once in a while, there's one or two or three of the people that are working and consuming to figure it out and go, oh, wait, I could own something. And then I can have other people work for me so that I don't have to work really hard. It's called owning a business. It's not easy, okay? But they do that, and then they don't work for an hourly wage anymore. They stop. They stop putting that in their mind. Working for $10 an hour is insanity. You only have maybe 75 summers, 75 winters, 75, and you're done. And out of that, you're going to give half of your life to a company? Half of your life when you could just be industrious on your own, do it yourself, be your own, make your own story instead of living for somebody else's story? And you might be like, well, Paul, I don't have a dream. Paul, I don't have the money. Paul, I'm just a normal person that doesn't know how to do these things. I'm too scared, or I don't like public speaking, or I don't you'll never get anything done. I'm sorry. Whoever's doing that, you'll never get anything done. I love you. But the only way to do anything in life is just to do it. Just do it. Nike, hello, they figured it out. But my point here is that, and I've been asking this question repeatedly over the last 3 days, what are you living for? What are you doing this thing for? Why are you existing? Why are you going out every day and working really hard to pay the bills? What is the ultimate thing that you get out of it? Is it like, in the end, you feel like you lived a good life because you put up a good fight? But if there was no fight involved, then what did you do? And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to be, I'm actually asking. I want to know, like, if you've done something super powerful and badass, as I've said before, there's no qualms between me and you. I have no qualms. I have qualms between the people who are only fighting for money, who are only fighting for fame, who are only fighting for some kind of power or some kind of egotistical thing. And I know that I know that you're out there. I know that you're doing it because the world is working the way it is. You, sir, ma'am, are the person who toes the line. You're the person who throws a guy in jail because you didn't like his attitude. Whoa. The audacity, the humanity. Where did it go? Where did it go, folks? That's my question, dude. Like, the reason that we are going towards a police state is because we don't have empathy for each other. That's the truth. Because it's easier to not take care of it and not deal with it in your own community. It's easier to give it to the man. And the man don't care. The man, unfortunately, is too overwhelmed to care. There's too many people in the street that are homeless, too many people who are mentally ill, too many people who are physically unable to do something, too many people who are, stuck mentally. It's so much easier. It's so much easier to just throw them away. Let somebody else deal with it. And when you do that, you do get into a surveillance state. And the thing is, you're there already because you gave up. You gave up. And that's why this happened. Because somewhere along the way, you got caught up in the game. You got caught up in the things that you had to do, the bills you have to pay, the kids you have to raise. Because that's the way the system's led to make you to believe, to be. They think this is the only way it works. This is the way we've made it work. And so this is the way you have to do it. But I'm telling you, folks, we are coming to the precipice. We are coming to a place within the hearts and the minds of people that once you press them against a corner for too hard and too long, they will snap back. And the snapback is going to come soon. And when that snapback happens, you're going to see two things. You're going to see rich people run to their little islands and their enclaves. And then you're going to see mass hysteria in the streets within 3 to 1 week, 2 weeks tops, 2 weeks tops. And you will see a form of a civil war of those who are upset, of those who are tired, of those who are that gave their lives to have freedom, who are then being arrested in the street for walking down the street. There's something very trippy happening here, folks. You think it's a normal everyday, Monday through Friday. It's not. Every single day we move, there's 1,000 days that are happening in computer land, in AI land. Stuff that you're not even looking at. Stuff that, I'll say it again, I said this recently, but AI figured out how to mix together proteins, 18,000 of them. It created 2.5 new types of materials that we've never come up with before. 2.5 million. It did it in a weekend, folks. You know, okay, so like we figured out how to upload and download information, and this is books and videos and audio, into DNA. We have now 20 plus people on Neuralink, not just 1 or 2 or 3, 20 of them. Soon it will be 100. After that, it'll be 1,000 people with Neuralink, where you have to keep up, because those people are going to be the techno wealthy who are able to connect to the internet. They know every answer. I know Kung Fu. And then before you know it, you don't need a phone anymore because it's already embedded. It's right here, little dot that sticks right here, and it connects to your whole entire body with contact lenses from Sony that help you visualize. Look it up. Contact lenses from Sony patent. Look it up. I'm not talking crazy here, folks. There's a video that's called Hyper Reality that was made 13, somewhat maybe 14 years ago, and it's on YouTube still. That's what we're going to deal with. That's the future. That's what's coming. And you're like, oh my God, I can't handle this guy. I cannot handle what he's talking about. This guy's talking conspiracy theories. I'm not. Not one thing have I said is a conspiracy theory. Not one. Look at what just happened with the new ChatGPT model that broke into Hugging Face. I mean, granted, it was told to do so, but it still did it. I mean, look at what they did with Mythos and then Fable, and look at how crappy Fable is compared to what it was a month ago. They already have systems that are so powerful that they're freaking out over them. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do, because if they release it to the public, oh no. And they know this already because of Mirofish. They know that if they release any one of these major models that they have that are able to break into any system, that's able to code better than any human, if they let that out, it's bad news bears for everybody. All systems. Look at what's happened already in the United States. They've been breaking into water systems. And then the next thing is to break into nuclear systems. Next thing is to break into the electrical grid. And these are old infrastructures that don't work very well. You know, using Windows 2000. Windows XP. So, I mean, again, I'm not trying to be one of these angry fear mongers, but you have to look at what's going on, folks. How can you go to work every day? How do you do it? I need to know. Please comment down below how you do it. How you go to work every day knowing that you're involved in this thing. And if you don't know that you're involved, I think it's almost even worse because it feels as though now you're not even educated about the world that you live in. And maybe that was done on purpose. It was done so that you didn't know what was what and who's who. And you can't figure it out. Because they don't give you enough time to look at it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Could be true. Could be true. I mean, it is. Unfortunately, it is true. Because I just gave you facts across the board. I mean, everybody who's an entrepreneur will tell you don't work hourly. Anybody, look at the book. It's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. He says it plainly in the first chapter. Don't work hourly. Working hourly is going to hurt you. Working hourly is going to stop you from being able to become what you want. Working hourly, you no longer have your own freedom. You're working at the behest of somebody else who tells you when and where to be. That's not life, folks. I don't care what you tell me. I mean, granted, and I will admit to it, having nothing is both a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because it gives you the opportunity to do whatever you want. It really does, like really sick on a weird level. And then on another level, it's like, how much of it do you want to be part of so that you can live your thing? And what I mean by that is how much interaction do you truly want to have? How is it that you want to monetize your experience? Because if you can do that well enough and you can get people to congregate around you enough, then in and of itself of just giving your ideas and your thoughts to the world can give you those things. So why not do that, right? Why not find your own tribe? Which I guess on some level is what I'm doing here. I decided like 2-3 days ago, like, you know what? I have nothing. I'm stuck in this spot. I don't even have a laptop at the moment. All of my belongings are gone. And there's nothing stopping me from just talking. And just telling you exactly what I feel and what I see coming. And the part that hurts the most is that it's nothing but cannon fodder. It's meaningless airtime on the internet that nobody watches. It's a voice drowned in a world of submission. And then you ask me where my anger comes from. And you ask me where my sadness comes from. I'm sad because I feel like I see a bunch of people who are slaves. And there's only 1 or 2 or 3 of those people who are out of that slavery. And then they sell you on how to get out of slavery. And yet you never really get out of the slavery. So like you paid into the system to be with this person that's going to teach you how to be free. And then you're never really free. It's just another game. Being an entrepreneur. You know, it's like, I get it. Maybe that's why so many people choose to just work for somebody else. It's easier than doing it for yourself, easier than having to get up every day and figure out how to make the money, figure out how to create something that other people want because you think it's so hard. And you wonder why I feel so sad, why I worry about the whole of humanity, not just myself, but the whole thing, dude. It's a heavy thing. It's a heavy thing. Like when you look at it and you look at the macro of the world and you see how much it's all created and directed. Just follow the money. Just follow the money. For any situation, if you follow the money to the top, you can see that there's like literally, and I'm not even joking about this, like 15, 20 people who are directing the money in certain manners that then filter out to wars and drama and trauma and social changes. And it's this thing that I hurt. I hurt from it. I know it's sad to say that, but I hurt when I see people not living their dream. I'm hurt when I don't see somebody challenging themselves to live a better life. And better doesn't mean more money. Better doesn't mean and I'm out. I'm not one not to be blamed, bro. I need to live better. I need to live in a much nicer situation than I'm in. We all should be. But I mean, my situation compared to other people's is godlike. Stupidly. You know, being poor in the United States is like it's like being rich in some other countries. Which is why so many people come to the United States or first world countries to live, because it's like, yo, we don't have to do shite. We can live like that. Or I can live like I was, but in a much better infrastructure. I could do that. And then those places get ruined. Europe's not the same anymore. The United States isn't the same anymore. And it's all these ideologies that were pushed, forced through money to manipulate. Some Edward Bernays stuff, bro. Edward Bernays was Sigmund Freud's nephew. Century of Self is the name of the documentary. Look it up. Good documentary. That's going to be my new thing. It's going to be called Look It Up. Look it up. Look it up. It's true. Crazy. The thing that's crazy is that at no point in the last 3 videos that I've made have I been lying. Have I said anything that's not factual, that you could go like right now, search and find the real truth of what I'm talking, the facts, not even truth, because truth could be manipulated by emotion. Facts, not opinion, not nothing, dude. I'm looking at the paperwork, bro. I'm looking at the numbers. 1 + 1 is 2. It's not 5. It's not 4. It's not 1 + 1 is 2. And if you were to just go look and see that 1 + 1 is 2 as well, you'd be like, well, damn, What am I doing with my life? Why am I doing this? Why am I allowing my soul to be tainted for the causation of some other people who do nothing for me, who care not for me? I mean, really, you got to think about that, dude. You got to think about that, folks. What is it? What is it? How are you cool with it? How are you cool with that? And if you're not cool with it, then what are you doing to change it? Not sponsored by Circle K. I'm just asking. I'm just asking these questions. I figured I'd do one of these every day from now on. Fuck it. Maybe I could do like 2 months of these. And pop out some content. You know what I mean? Maybe enough of these long forms and short form content. We'll get a little traction. We'll get some people to start listening and going, wait, maybe he's right. Maybe there is something absolutely wrong here. Which you already know there is. That's the worst part. You already know there's something wrong. You already feel it in your bones, in your gut, in your head. You feel it, dude. You're like, this is not right. The world is not right. I'm in upside down land. Used to be, I had something. Now it's all upside down. Everything's backwards. Nothing makes sense. People who are doing nothing get arrested. People who don't, people who do really bad stuff, they get tossed out of jail. People who don't do something, never committed a crime, get thrown in jail. And then 40 years later, oh, oops, sorry, we were wrong. Oops, sorry, we were wrong. There's your 40 years trashed. There's 40 years of living in a cage. Oops, sorry, we were wrong. And then they have qualified immunity. You can't sue them. Ouch. Look, this happened just recently to a Coast Guard guy. Okay, this is a true story. I'm not making this stuff up. Coast Guard guy goes to a place in Doral, Florida to buy a truck. Goes in, fills out the paperwork, does everything the way he's supposed to. Talks to the guys, takes pictures. Like, has everything. And he's had the car for 2 or 3 weeks now. True story, folks. He's in a Home Depot or something. Cops ram the car, ram it, like to destroy the new truck. Jump out, grab the guy, throw him into a cop car. Hey, we don't want to tell you anything until the detective gets here. He's like, what's going on, bro? I'm in the Coast Guard. I'm like a person. I'm a real person. I follow the rules. I toe the line, just like you guys. You know, cool? We're cool? No, we're not cool? Oh, shit. Okay. Gets taken to jail to the Broward County. Is held for I don't know how many hours. Then finally, he talks to detectives. Says, no, dude, I have pictures. I have the whole information. I even have the text message that says, hey, you're now on a monthly thing charge. Cool. He's done everything correct. He doesn't get the truck back. No. The Doral car company kept the car. He's in a lawsuit right now. Huge lawsuit. But they kept the car. The police did not admit to making a mistake because it was the police. It was both the police investigative detective and the location that forgot to mention that they had sold the car. How you forget to mention, how you forget to take that off, second of all, the guy has a massive security clearance and they had a low jack system on the car without his knowledge. No bueno. That's a federal offense. So my point here is this: guy who does everything right, who has a family, who has kids, who is in the Coast Guard, paying his taxes, being an American, doing the right thing. Police state, bro. That's a police state. When you don't even ask questions, you're immediately put in jail. You're immediately questioned. You give no, nothing. And he proved it at the location with the police. Pulled out his phone. No, here are the photos. Look, it's me and the guy next to each other. Now, here's crazy. When the detective went to the location, did he even talk to the guy in the photo? Did he even show anybody? Well, he showed me these photos. He has this guy right here. Who's this guy? That would have ended everything right there. The sales guy would have been like, oh, that's John. Yeah, I met him last week. We bought a thing. Oh, well, let's talk to DePescio or whatever the fuck guy's name is in the financial department. And the guy, oh, yeah, it's right here. Oh, we mixed up the paperwork. Oh, my fault. Sorry. Officers, don't arrest that guy. That's really his truck. Oh, shit. We screwed up, police. Why? Because we just rammed the fuck out of that truck. Oh, dude, did you really? Yeah, we did. That's what happened. That's what happened. And this is the whole hoopla from it. What I'm saying, guys, what I'm saying is this is happening all the time now, dude. This isn't just there's a bad apple on the tree. No, there's a lot of fucking bad apples, bro. These people don't care. It's like the Stockholm syndrome conceptual idea, I guess, on some level, or it's some kind of idea where when you're part of a group, part of this blue flag, this thing that we're here to the people, that you start to like less of a servant and more of a because look, I get it. You're at the same time, right? You want to go home. Shit. You want to go home. That's it. And every day when you walk up to a car, you don't know. You live in the country with the most guns per capita per person. So everybody has a gun as far as you're concerned when you're a cop. Straight up. I need that. Listen, I'd be on high alert. Have you ever watched? There was a really good video of a guy who was a news reporter. He's like, oh, these cops, they're all assholes. And then he's like, yo, come to our training. And he went to the training and he ended up failing left and right because it's so hard to tell who's who and what's what, who's telling the truth and who's lying and what's going on and how it's happening. When you just show up, you weren't there from the beginning. You know cameras. You don't know what's going on. You just show up. You got a gun. You got a taser. People yelling and screaming. Or, oh, there's something in that building. We don't know what. Drugs and guns. What? Fuck me, bro. I'm coming in with like 20 guys with SWAT and the whole deal. I'm not going to go in there by myself. I'm not freaking some movie character. I should have shot once. I die once. Yeah. So if I was a cop, I would, I don't know. You see what I'm saying? And this fear is distilled constantly. And it's like, it's the same thing as like the fear of like travel. Like, bro, I've heard so many stories of, oh my God, you're going there. Be careful. You're going to die. They're going to kill you. And every country I've ever gone to, every country, there's not one person who tells me before I go to the country that I'm about to go to that it's going to happen. And you ask them, have you been to that country? Oh, no, I've never been. Have you ever traveled outside of the country? Oh, no, I would never because I'm so scared. How the fuck do you know, dude? Oh, I saw a report. I saw a report on 60 Minutes. So now now I know. I Googled it on the Perplexity, on the ChatGPT, and now I know. Come on, bro. I have a friend of mine who's traveled like 190 something countries. He's like got like 5 left to do like the whole thing. And he's like, there's only like 4 countries that were scary. The rest were super chill. I'd have to agree. Like the places where people were like, oh, don't go. Like when I was in Sinai and lived with Bedouins for like 2 months. Everybody was like, "Ah, you're gonna die. The Bedouins are gonna kill you. They're gonna take you to the middle of the desert." I was already in the middle of the desert. You see what I'm saying? It's like everybody's trying to live in this little bubble of safety while they're here. There is no bubble of safety, bro. There's no bubble of safety unless, and even when you're super rich, definitely no bubble of safety. There is no bubble of safety. You can lie to yourself all you want. Tell yourself you have insurance. Tell yourself that you do the right thing. There is no bubble of safety anymore. What used to be the bubble of safety, the bubble of freedom, boop. Dude, check this out. This is crazy. Anthropic, is it Anthropic? Yeah, Claude from Anthropic have been buying books in bulk, cutting the edge on the back, copying all the pages, and then shredding the books. I'll say it again because it's true. Look it up. Internal documents have been released recently that said something to the effect of that there's a quiet operation happening where they are collecting books in bulk. They got in trouble for buying them at some point, and they were like, well, screw it, then we're just going to buy them in bulk. And they bought them in bulk, and that's what they're doing. And they literally have a machine that cuts the binding and then just copies all the pages and then shreds the book when it's done. Why not just get the book to a library? Why not? I don't know. Something. Shred them. You don't have to burn them anymore. Shred them. Once we copy the information, we know that we know everything. We can tell you what it is and what it isn't, because if you don't have the book, you'll never know. Maybe I'm making it up, folks. Maybe I'm making it up. Look at the financial system right now. Look at what's happening in China. Look at how much gold they're buying in bulk, Who are we fighting in Iran? I'm just asking questions here. Because like within the first like week or so, we like blew up everybody, including the president, the wife, the kid, some other person, and some other people. And now for like the last 5-6 months, we've been fighting a ghost of a fucking country that supposedly doesn't exist anymore militarily because we took out all 2,000 some odd locations of their military bases in the first like day. Who are we fighting? Who is this imaginary Iran that we're fighting now? Supposedly the son of somebody. When there were thousands of people in the street saying, yes, take them down. We don't want them here. What, they just change their mind all of a sudden? I'm just asking questions here, folks. But they're real questions, bro. They're real questions. Who's really controlling the Strait of Hormuz? A military with the strength of freaking God, or some small country called Iran with little boats? They don't have anywhere near the military prowess that the United States has. With the amount of vessels that we have in the Strait of Hormuz, how are we not controlling the Strait of Hormuz? Or are we controlling the Strait of Hormuz and we're blaming people on little ships? Just asking questions. Because that's what it seems like to me. And it seems like when you have that control, then you can control the way the fluctuation of the market goes. Huh? Because that's one of the chokeholds, right? For two things: fertilizer and oil. To two of the biggest like countries, continents. A lot of mainland China, a lot of India, a lot of Indonesia. All from the Strait of Hormuz. Fertilizer, oil. How to run the machine, how to make the food. Just saying, folks. I'm asking questions, dude. Questions that I don't see anybody else asking. And if they are asking them, where are they? Where are the people? Where are the answers? I'm not, and it's not like I'm not looking it up. It's not like I'm not searching it all day long. Like, what's going on? What's going on? I'm asking. I'm asking. And instead, what I get is no video views, And then I've been doing these shorts. I've gotten one short that made like 1,000 views. That's it. Because I'm blackballed on the internet, folks. I am absolutely blacklisted. They don't want you to hear what I have to say. So the only way is for you to like, share, and subscribe. That's it. Share it. Share it. Share the videos. Share the shorts. Share whichever piece of information that you think is like, whoa, dude, people do need to wake up. People do need to start hearing this stuff. There does need to be somebody who's doing this. Nobody else seems to be doing it the way he's doing it. Because maybe Candace Owens, and she's a little poopity scoops. And I don't want to be poopity scoops, bro. I only want to bring you facts. I don't want to say, oh, well, maybe it was this and that could have him. No, dude, this is it. This has happened. Boop, this has happened. Boop, this has happened. Boop, nothing else. And if you can put boop, 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 boop together, that's 1, 2, and then that's 3. It equals 3. Not something else. Not alien me. Epstein files me. Same thing. Same thing. Republican, Democratic me. Same thing. Same thing. Polarization, bro. Polarization. Every single time. Transgender. Same thing, dude. Patriot. What is a real patriot? Change my mind. Do you get it? That's all it is. That's all it is, folks. It's that so that you don't have the time to actually think about the things that are going on. The 1, 2, 3. You don't get to see that because you're not even have the time to even look it up. B, you don't care enough because you're so involved and hyper involved in your own life, and you got first character syndrome going on so hard. Like, I got first character syndrome. Or you're quite the opposite. You're like, first character syndrome. It's my life, bitch. I'll do what I want. And you don't care about your community. You don't care about yourself in the end. And people are like, oh, Paul, what's really going on here is that you're just angry. So sad, dude. You're just angry, Paul. You're just angry and upset at the world. Yeah, that's what I've been fucking saying for 20-something plus years. 30. Since I was 22 years old, I wrote a book called Thoughts at 22 that got stolen from me. And since then, I've been saying the same things over and over and over and over again. Nothing's changed. I was 28 years old, inside job, sitting right next to Alex Jones. There's pictures on my Facebook. Go look it up. I didn't do the Biden robocall on purpose, but somehow or another I got involved in that shit. I did the dump on Trump thing, where I sat on a toilet, Star Walk of Fame, towel over my crotch, holding a sign, dump on Trump. And you have to understand, man, it's like, I don't care about either one. Trump, Biden, this, that. They're all just clowns. They're all just characters that are being paid by somebody else to play the character. That's it. They're not like grand scheming totems with fucking these grand minds. They're so smart. No, bro. They're put in positions so that they can be there. They can do the things. They can make the moves for the people who actually create the money. Because money's created. It's not real. That's why we have inflation. It's why the founding fathers said no to a centralized banking system, which we did anyways. What was it, 1923? Jekyll Island? Look it up. I might be wrong on the date. But it's true. The Federal Reserve has nothing to do with the United States. It's its own entity. It's its own thing. And the bankers in between are the ones who are making the most money. The bankers, the ones in the middle that take the bonds and create cash out of nowhere. And then they do this fractional reserve banking thing. Take $100, give it away. keep $100 in the bank, give it away, keep $100 in the bank. Give it away. They do that 9 times per every $100. Look it up. I don't know. Not sponsored. I don't know what you want me to tell you. I'm just telling you the truth. It's sad, but it's the truth. Look, I did my hour. I did my time. I came in. I spoke. I did 1 hour. 1 hour. Telling you the truth. Think I'm going to do that every day now. I'm going to maybe even start a whole new, brand new YouTube channel called Look It Up. Get angry. Get angry because you don't know the truth. And maybe it takes a guy who's 50 years old to be like, yo, kid, wake up, bro. You're 20 years old and you're living in this dream. You're living a lie. People are lying to you. They've lied to you since you were born. They lied to you about Santa Claus. They lied to you about how you're supposed to live this life. They told you to go work hard and go work for somebody else and put yourself in and give yourself the hours. And once you do that, you'll move up to manager. And then if you do well enough, you might have enough money to become part owner in the company because the guy who owns it 40 years later says, you know, you've been here for 40 years and I really can't. It's never going to fucking happen. What's going to happen instead is you're going to work every year and the owner of the company is going to have nicer cars and nicer houses. And you're going to still be in the trailer park that you're in, or you're going to still be in the 2-bedroom apartment that you're in. And along the way, you're going to find a girl and you're going to get pregnant. And now that 2-bedroom apartment's going to get real small. So you're going to need a bigger one, but you don't have enough money because this generation doesn't have enough to buy houses. So don't think you're going to own a home. Nah, you're going to rent a home from somebody who already became an entrepreneur and said, screw the system and became an owner of 1,000 units following the 10X. Telling you, bro, this is it. And what you got to do is you got to find some kind of semi-nefarious way to make your money now. Not illegal, but grayscale shit. Grayscale. Because all the other stuff is already getting taken by the AI. I mean, look it up. I'm not even kidding. This is crazy. But they say now that 60% of the content that's being made on the internet is not even human anymore. Boom. Because there's so many AI machines now that are either making faceless videos or they're content creations for a shop, like a Shopify, UGC videos that are all AI. Hi, I have this new lighter. It's so great. You should get one too. It's in the description down below. Only 99 cents. Yay. And now the cool thing to do is make money on Whatnot, because that was popular in China 10 years ago, where you have a real person on the camera going, hey, guys, I've got this new product. Just got it. Here you go. Gonna do it for 99 cents. I'm a crazy guy with crazy deals. Buy this pack and open it up, and you too could win a Yu-Gi-Oh card, Pokemon, worth $20,000. Only $25 per chance. Rip the pack. Rip it. You too could be rich. You too could be part of the lottery system. Get chosen to be one of us. But if you get chosen to be one of us, you've got to be willing to stay on this side of the table. And when we ask you to do something on this side of the table, you're going to do it because you don't want to lose that mansion. You don't want to lose that fame. You don't want to lose that money, the adulation of the people. You don't want to lose that. So you'll do what we tell you to do. Wear a dress. Okay. Go on stage naked. Okay. Say you're sorry to China. Okay. Dude, Cat Williams wasn't wrong. Cat Williams was not wrong, bro. I'm not talking Illuminati. I'm not talking Illuminati, bro. Illuminati. The Illuminati. Jim Carrey. Go look it up. I always bring back Jim Carrey because look at the guy. Look at his story. His story's intense. Family didn't have enough money. Was a comedian that wasn't doing very well. He was doing voices and characters, phenomenal characters on stage during the 80s. He had a great career already. And every day, he says he would walk up to Mulholland Drive and he would carry a check. And he said, I'm going to be this person and make this much money. And I'll be the most paid actor ever. And lo and behold, it happened. He talks about manifestation all the time. Now, of course, manifestation does not mean you just say it over and over again and it just comes true. No. There's work. There's work involved. But there is this. It's like a workout. It's like what I used to call mental push-ups. You have to have this unwavering belief in yourself. No matter what anybody says or does or looks at you, how they look, it doesn't matter. This unwavering belief in yourself. And oh my God, if you just walk in the direction of unwavering belief and the thing that you want to do, whatever it is. I know a person who only learned how to do one form of manipulation, magic routine. Okay. And that's all he's known for. Like, you go watch a million of his videos. It's the same routine over and over and over and over. Millions upon millions of views, making good money now per month. He's doing one trick. I mean, it's a manipulation effect. Blah, 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 blah. But one trick, bro. That's it. Maybe 2 tricks. Maybe 3. Maybe. But it's not about that. It's about everything else that's being created around that. I talked about this yesterday about you find as an artist, you find something that works and you can make money at, you're like, I am not going to stop doing this. I'm going to print out Andy Warhol Campbell cans like a motherfucker. You'll work. You'll work it. Because you know that the lottery system doesn't work very well. And if you got hit, bro, you best do everything in your power to make that money as quick as possible because it'll disappear. And I bring back Jim Carrey. He made all the money. He had all the fame. He did all the best movies. He was the best comedian. Everybody loved him. And, he disappears. Right after he does the movie where he imitated the other comedian. He played the character nonstop, blah, 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 whatever. And that turned into a whole thing, which is what it was meant to be. The whole thing was an art piece in and of itself, right? And yet, at the same time, after being Andy Kaufman for so long, he comes back to who is Jim Carrey? And he'd been playing so many characters for so long and being famous for so long, he didn't know who he was anymore. And he then goes and says, I needed color. Great video. Look it up. Jim Carrey, I needed color. And it's a video of him painting for 5 years. And first of all, he's a phenomenal painter. He understands the art world. He understands the idea of expression through paint. He definitely gets it. And there's something surreal about it. Like, no matter what he does, he's an artist. And so therefore, no matter what he touches will be art. It's like really intensely beautiful. And yet at the same time, in those years, you have this person who is talking about, and I mentioned this recently, but he's on like runway carpets. He's like, I'm not real. You're not real. I'm just a fragrance that's floating. It's like, what the fuck happened to fucking Jim Carrey? He's talking like Paul Carpenter all of a sudden. It's because what happened is that on some level, I understood the things that they were talking about 30 years later. I've been saying this stuff forever. This is the stuff, bro. Like, listen in, because what you're really hurting for is truth and honesty. What you're really hurting for is real freedom. Like, not survival. That's not freedom, folks. Surviving is not freedom. Thriving is freedom. Making your community better is thriving. Seeing a child read for the first time because you helped them, because nobody else would. You were a big brother, a big sister. That's thriving, bro. Being a crack baby where you were thrown away and lived your entire life inside of a system only to get tossed out, become a drug addict, get thrown in jail for somebody else's fucking charge, and then coming out after being a year inside of solitary confinement, 2 years, I think, coming out, going to universities, going to college, going to meet your own mother who never met you, starting your own business and making $50,000 a month. That is thriving. That is saying I have a delusional belief in myself that I will never allow anyone to fucking tell me who I can and cannot be. His name is Ty Shane Howell. Look it up. He was also on my podcast. Look it up. I even bring back Billy from Firefest. Billy McFarland, dude. He did it. He finally did it. After years of prison, at $25 million in debt, he's doing it. He's throwing these mad parties on an island with people. They're having a great time. He's been able to do it. He ended up doing it. Delusional belief in yourself, no matter what. Also on my podcast, go look it up. My point isn't that to make you feel bad. It's never the point. The point is to wake you up and to recognize that, like, yo, dude, you're not here to live anybody else's dream. You're not here to live somebody else's pressure. You're not here to live somebody else's expectations of you. You're here to live your own dream, your own expectations, your own story, your own pain, your own thing. Your own trials and tribulations, not somebody else's, not somebody else's. You have to be in the military because your family was military. 12 generations of military. No, you don't, bro. I'm telling you. I'm giving you the freedom card. Take it. And people are like, bro, Paul, chill the fuck out. Bro, don't crash out on us, man. And it's not a crash out. Well, it's kind of a crash out. But, bro, if I care this much about your existence, shit. How much do you care about yours?